Hey guys, let's talk about the study guide for a moment. Solving equations, well actually it's not equations, it's expressions. Okay, and we all made this change. Alright, so a little bit of the study guide just to go over. When we have these expressions here with variables that have values, we want to substitute those in, and we want to use parentheses. And that helps us follow the order of operations easier. So with 2a, that's 2 times a, so we can substitute that 3 in for a to show 2 times 3. And then we write the rest of the problem, plus 2, and then the value of b is 4. So we're going to say 4, and that's squared. So we're going to work with our exponents first. Of course, we follow the order of operations. We have PEMDAS. Okay, got to clear each level, whatever you see, left to right. Parentheses, they're in the parentheses, so they're all set. And the first caret I made here was for the exponent. So I want to show 4 squared, which is 4 times 4, or 16. So then I go from here, and I multiply 6, and I can do both these at the same time. And this would be 16 times 2, which is 32. And add the two together, 6 and 32, and we get 38. Next one. We have 5 plus m minus 2 cubed, and m equals 48. And it's in a whole set of parentheses, so we're going to substitute it in. It's going to take the place of m. And we're just going to follow the order of operations as it is. First up is exponents, and that's going to be an 8. And we have 48, so 5 plus 48 minus 8. Now a lot of you would see 48 minus 8 and quickly try to solve that first. However, order of operations, we want to add or subtract flitter from left to right. So we work here first. 5 and 8. 5 and 48 is 53. And then 53 minus 8 is 45. The answer should be 45. Okay. Using a formula, you guys all know this. I know it's a little blurred out and some of you have asked questions, but the formula for volume, okay, is length times width times height. Now you already know that. Okay, volume is length and width and height. You have 3 things to multiply here, 22, 15, and 7. So what's the volume of the pool in feet? So how much are you solving for? So picture that rectangular prism, okay, with the area of the pool and what the dimensions are. We have 22 feet long, okay, a width of 15, and a height of 7. And you're multiplying those 3 together. Okay? Now for this example we could use a calculator, but we're not going to need them on the test. So 22 times 15 equals 330, and then multiply that by 7 as well. It's all multiplication. I get 2,310. So V equals 22 times 15 times 7, and this is going to equal 2,310 what? Feet. And now its volume, we multiply 3 things, so it's going to be cubed. Okay, so that's just a review of prior material that we should know. Okay, we also remember how to do the exponents. Okay, remember the parentheses in the fraction form. In expanded form, this would be 1/3 4 times. Like that. And then we multiply across. So standard form is the answer. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And 27 times 3 is 81. So standard form here is 81. You could do the same for this one. So I'm just going to set it up as that. It's squared. You can find your answer. Here we go. Meat potatoes. Order of operations. We're solving, showing PEMDAS. Okay, just like that last quiz we had. We do have a couple of these questions on the quiz. PEMDAS from left to right. So we work with parentheses first, and we add those together. We're going to get 32, I think. Let's double check our work. 34. Divided by 2 plus 3 squared. Remember, exponents are next. Make sure you clear the exponents. Okay, 3 squared is 9. Okay, and then remember to work with left to right. 34 divided by 2. What's half of 34? Well, half of 34. It's going to be 17. Plus 9, the answer is going to be 26. So again, not a lot of time if you really are practicing and focusing on what we're doing. Okay, for this one, exponents on the outside, inside the parentheses is first. So we're going to have 5 to the 3rd power. Plus 15 divided by 3 minus 2. Exponent first. This is 125. Plus 15 divided by 3 minus 2. We saw division. We're going to divide next. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Simplify. 125. You see from left to right. Addition. 130 minus 2 is 128. Notice not a once did I put an equal sign. We are still working our way down. These are expressions. We don't use equal signs with expressions, only for equations. So now let's write some algebraic expressions. Remember these key words. The sum of a number and 9. So a number, we'll say x, and 9. Remember the variable that takes the place for a number. There are going to be 2 of these, maybe more. Be ready. Okay? 12 less than. Less than means that we do the flipped version. So this is going to flip over. The sum of. Remember what we do when we see sum of. Okay? And that's addition. So we're going to add here. So it's going to be in parentheses w plus 5 less 12. Okay? 12 less than that group. So it's going to be this group minus 12. Quotient, remember division of y reduced by 6 and, okay, quotient of. This goes together. So this is going to be y minus 6 over 8, where that keyword and is where the division comes into play, okay, as it breaks apart. So y reduced by 6 and 8, reduced being subtraction, okay? There will be a couple of those. Now, distributive property. These first 3 are in what's known as standard form. Standard form here where you have no parentheses. The next couple, okay, we're all in, so this is standard form. All right, standard or expanded really, could be expanded. And the other here, these 2, are all in what's called factor form. And why? Because there's a factor out in front here, the 5 and the 11a. So let's go over 2 of them. Let's start with the b, 21a plus 7b. And for this one, well, what do we have in common? With 21, 3 times 7, and with 7, it's 1 times 7. So what do they share? They share a 7. That's their common factor. So the factor comes out in front, and we set up our parentheses. I have 2 terms ready because there were 2 terms. So 7 times what equals 21? Well, we take the rest of what's left for the prime factors. It's 3. So 7 times 3, when we check, will equal 21. But I'm missing a variable. It means I need to have the a here with it. Okay, and be careful. Like we talked about today, make sure you don't make the a look like a 9. Okay, I almost did right there. Plus 7b. What's left is the 1. We used the 7. We don't need to write the 1. It's assumed, so we just write b. So then to check back with this, we multiply the 7 with each of the terms. Here's the kicking it old school part where we learned it before, us older people. All right, 7 and 3 is 21, and a, we multiply that out, plus 7 times b is 7b, and if you look, we get back to the exact same answer. So that's what we're doing. So factor form and expanded or standard. Okay, expanded form. So now, with that in mind, so pause if you need to. Moving on. Right here, let's do this second one. So we have 11 and an a, which means each term inside the parentheses shares an a. So again, kicking it old school, we're going to multiply in, okay, something on either side of the addition. What's 11a times 5? Well, it's 55a because 11 times 5 is 55. And we still have to multiply the a because we don't know what it stands for. Plus 4 times 11, which is 44. And don't forget we have both variables here, a and b. Now guys, we are done. This is it. We cannot combine those together. Why not? We're not combining like terms yet. Like terms include the same variables. So yes, they both share an a. However, this one also has a b with it, this term, 44ab. So we cannot combine them together. You're not going to get 99aab because it's separated by addition. These are separate terms, okay, and we can't do that. So applying this to a word problem, check this out. One expression must be in expanded form and the other must be in factored form. Look at this area model right here. Okay, we're finding the area basically of this rectangle in 2 parts. Okay, if we're finding the area of this right here, we would multiply 5 and 2w to get the area. So what we're doing is essentially adding this together. Now watch what I do. I'm going to get a marker. Okay, and watch what happens. I'm going to add this together. This is one whole side length where we multiply it by the 5. Okay, what does this look like to you? to me, it looks a lot like the factored form where this 5 is also shared as this side length. So these lengths right here, these two, both are worth 5, whatever the unit may be. Okay, so really factor form here is 5 parentheses 2w plus 8.1. It's right there. We've applied this. Okay, we will have a question like this, so please be aware. So now, how do we go to expanded form? Well, again, we kick it the old school. We multiply in. Really kick it in there. Old school. 5 times 2w gives me 10w. Plus, and we have to have two terms here, so plus 5 times 8.1. Well, let's think about it. 5 and 8 is 40. Okay? And then 0.5. It's 40.5. And that's our expanded form. So notice the two are very similar. Okay? We can factor those out. All right? Good job. And these here, identifying the parts. We kind of covered this. Don't worry about this last page on the test. It will not be there. We've already taken it off. We'll apply that after our February vacation. All right, so guys, remember, we are working towards PEMDAS. Commit this to memory here, and also what each one means, parentheses, exponents, multiply or divide from left to right, and add or subtract from left to right. Okay? Good job. Like it. Get a little thumbs up right there. Okay, you've got it, guys. Believe in it.